disappoint you, but you have to give me something more than that.
Yeah, I mean, my new goal is how to work to create a new model of life in Earth.
Yeah.
Like a community.
Yeah.
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 And yeah.
Mm.
Because there is this point.
I would say, if you ask me, that is, forget about it. I really would say, forget about it. Find yourself, and when you have realized your truth, which is not difficult, then out of that will spring whatever needs to come from here. That will be truthful, it will be correct, it will be right. You won't be thinking, should I or should I not? You will not have this mind anymore. That's a very weak mind. That's the old regime. But when you are in tune with your own beingness, you will not be deciding. You don't need any strategy for living. You are life itself. You are life itself. You see, everything you do, even you fight with someone, it turns out to be good. Because you're not representing yourself personally. You have transcended the small mind. You see, you transcend the small mind, and you are so happy. You're happy without reason. You're at peace, unbroken peace. There's a peace there, but it's nobody's peace. Nobody's trying to be peaceful. It is just there. It is synonymous with your own nature. For everybody, it's the same. Until then, sometimes there is some feeling, oh, I would like to do this, I would like to do something wonderful for the world. No. You cannot do anything wonderful for the world. You only interfere and mess it up more. Some people say, thank you very much, thank you. Yeah. You want to do something great for the world? Find out who you are. Find out who you are. 2,500 years ago, somebody find out who they are. They forget themselves completely. And now the world cannot forget them. Because how much beauty came out of that self-discovering. How much love, how much understanding. The Buddha did not say, look, I want to share my compassion for you. There was no arrogance. It was just a love without preference even. And that love is inside you. That love is you, actually. If you try to do it the other way, then you're doing it from a human perspective. There will always be some little prejudices, some little trouble will come. Because it is not our work in the world yet. You want to find your true purpose, you will come to know out of that. It will come. And you will not even concern yourself about purpose. You will not be thinking, I am doing something good for anybody even. You just be moving in your own sweet life. If you are meant to sit on a chair and talk to many people, it will come. Even if you try and run away to live in the mountains by yourself, something will bring you back down. And you'll know it's the right thing. I'm very happy to say that to you, because I know where the mistake would go, and I know where the truth would go. This is why I say like that. Then, if you let go of that idea, that dream for a while, then you can be fully present and you're available really for that discovery. Then there's nothing waiting. There's nothing on another fire. Just you have one fire, and that cooking will be fine. Very good. Thank you. Okay, this one is Dear Mooji, a great insight happened to this body-mind. All is God. In this moment, all is one. There has never been an ego separation from God. From my heart to yours, please accept deepest, immeasurable gratitude. This satsang, your words and your presence guiding me to the full settlement of this insight. There is only truth. Love, Olga. Please come.
Sometimes on deeper levels that I become to be in, there's not much there actually, and just you can see the body is moving and things are happening.
You can hear? We say sometimes on some deeper level of our own meditation, you say like this?
No meditation.
No, not meditation. On deeper levels of being, awareness. Then you become aware only that the body is moving and there's awareness of this. And
there's just nothing, just,
Yes.
no one is there actually.
Nobody's there. Nobody's there. Important thing to remember. Nobody's there.
Yeah. And this has been going on, coming and going out for a while now. And on this state, well, the body functions. Even I don't know what functions, but I can answer your question. I can do things.
Yes.
I have 4 children.
Yes.
I can live. I can be a mother.
Yes.
And their experience is of an absence when I am in this state.
Okay.
And that's like, I know how to shake it off out of a will, like get on a thinking, sometimes. But I wonder about this because they're suffering. Their reaction to this state is suffering.
Okay. So, what I want to find out is when you say that they are suffering, why is that? Because you go into a kind of abstract state or something, or what? Because you say that I can speak to you, I can move about and so on. So what do they require of you more than that? I mean, is it that
about the future and reaction, emotional reaction, things that are not there at the moment.
Okay, these are how old are your children?
3, 6, 9, 11.
Okay. Only them having this trouble with you? Only they are having this thing?
Yeah.
But you see, really, you are their guru. Actually.
Well, they think I'm the mom.
Yes, same thing. Sometimes mom is good guru, sometimes children is good guru to the parents also, like that. And the only way you can really be like that to your family is if you don't try and change yourself from what you feel, and you don't feel guilty about it, because you have the advantage. You're in a place of harmony. Don't read their resistance, because their resistance can also be coming from their mind.
For sure.
Something is happening inside them. Something inside. In a way, I can say the devil is inside, us. Sometimes you don't want even your family is your husband, your son is becoming a Buddha. You don't want it. You don't want. You don't want him to be I want you to be a lawyer, man. I don't want you to be no Buddha. Okay? Okay, so you understand? There's something is fighting it. Sometimes we don't know why. It's not a conscious choice. It's just something is inside that won't accept. And it's not their heart is fighting. Not the heart is fighting. Something about future. Nobody can answer. Not even Nostradamus can answer you about the future. You know, it's a big fraud. There is no future.
Simple future, like, Mom, what we're doing tomorrow.
Well, you don't. Tomorrow is a long way away. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Who knows what I'm doing tomorrow? I don't know what I'm going to do in 5 minutes. I might start shouting at some of you. I don't know. I don't intend to, but you don't know. And I think it's a beautiful lesson to begin to introduce to them. Don't feel guilty about it. Say, I don't know. Give them an exercise. Look, I tell you what, sit down here and write just in the next minute exactly. I'm going to feel all these things I want to feel. Just 1 minute. Right in 10 seconds, I want to feel this. 25 seconds, I want this. 30 seconds, I'm going to feel like that. Then I'm going to stop. 35 seconds, I'm going to... Okay? And see if anybody can fulfill it. Just write it down. See if you can fulfill it. Nobody's going to influence you. You write your 1 minute down of how you determine to live for 1 minute. And pay attention and see if you can do it. You cannot do it. Forget about it. Relax, and you will begin to see life as it is, not as you want it to be. This wanting of life is a very terrible thing. It's all to do with ignorance. Wanting means I'm lacking something. Something is missing. If you feel something is missing, you'll be looking a long way for it, and you won't find it anywhere. Because it's just a thought, believed in. And you have to be speaking to them like that. It says, you don't know what you're saying. You don't know what you're saying. What you're going to do tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do the next minute. Do you know what you're going to do the next minute? And give them practical things. So write it down, what you want to do, and do it. And see, there's a power greater than all your projections, than your fiercest determination. There's a power that will override you. Can you say, okay, in the next minute I'm not going to experience anything? Can you even say this? I'm not going to feel or think anything. Can you do it? Nobody can do it. It's not up to you. Something superficially you can say, okay, I'm going to do shopping at 3 o'clock, and then after that I'll do the laundry or something. And then somewhere around 3 you find, okay, go out shopping. Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. But that's not where the life is at. It's the attachments and the projections and the fear and the underthinking and all of this that creates the sort of the atmosphere inwardly of how we live what you call life. It's much more sentiment, much more projection, much more judgment, interpretation. All of this is in the soup pot we call life. And you have to face people like this. They're going to come and ask you, so what are you contributing to the world? Well, absolutely nothing at all, as far as I'm concerned. What are you contributing? I don't know. You just be true as much as you can be. They expect you to be mother. They're fighting against something. You need to find out what they're fighting against.
The thing is that I'm not always like that, because it's not, I don't live all the time like this.
But how is it when you are like that? How is it different? Try and be one of your children. What are they seeing when I am not like that and when I am like that? What is the difference? Share this picture for me.
I'm not concerned. I don't. I hardly speak out of my own impulse.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
no much. Not. I don't put any impulse.
Yeah.
It's just what's coming.
Did you try to explain this to them a little bit?
Not like that.
Because it is good. Because they probably think, wow, she's gone. She's freaky now. Okay, we can't talk to her. But if you say, look, kids, There are times when somehow, I don't know, I just become inwardly very quiet, and I don't really feel to talk to many people. And I love you so much, but sometimes I don't even feel to talk to you, you know. It's just like that. I love you completely, but I'm not in that mood, and I feel so much at peace. And I would like you to have some of that peace. And don't molest me. I'm not, you see what I'm saying? I'm not less than myself. I'm not less mother. But I cannot be here only to dance to your tune.
But it's not true. I am less their mother.
Yeah?
But it's not true for me. In this state, I'm not their mother.
You're not their mother. But tell them that. In that state, I'm not your mom. Okay? Sometimes I don't have to be mom. Sometimes I don't have to be mom. Huh? Sometimes I ain't nobody's mom. I'm nobody's wife. I'm not a woman. I'm not anything at all. You know, you can say these things. Actually, kids are fantastic, actually, at listening to truth. You think that they're not, you're going to try and overprotect them. But they are okay. They're better with the truth than with your bullshit. You understand? You can tell them, look, I really don't feel. Sometimes I don't feel loving. Sometimes I don't feel loving. So I hate. I don't know what I feel. Sometimes I don't feel anything. You're opening doors in their consciousness that it's okay to go into these spaces, you know. It is okay to be in these spaces. You're not lost, actually. It's an action of sanity. And it's not that you're deliberately doing this. Somehow it is just what you are. You're sensitive with your life. Something happens like that. You're not just an abstraction. It's not like, that's why I asked you, how does it look through your children's eyes? Because you must know. I mean, if you go inside a room and sit on a shelf, then I say, oh, yeah, you're going to have some problem with that. But if you just kind of, I'm here, and you can speak to them. They may even say to their friends, my mother is cool, man. Because she can just switch off from all of this. How do you know? Give them a chance. But if you don't speak to them and then they see like you're not showing any feeling, you know, they burn the pots and everything, and you just kind of so something's wrong with her. But I feel that you can communicate or begin to and say, look, you know, I didn't know how to say these things to you because I thought that somehow you would not understand, but I think I made a mistake. I know you guys can understand, or at least you can begin to understand what's happening with me and try a bit of this. I'm a great supporter for that, to communicate. Because when we don't know, we start to imagine, and the mind is a great, you know, it's melodramatic with imaginings. Thank you so much. Good. Okay, see if there's something. Did I read any of these letters yet? Oh, what is that one? Beloved Mooji, can you advise on how to stay in the same space as when you are close all the time? What makes the difference other than your presence? Thank you. Can you advise on how to stay in the same space as when you are close all the time? Okay, they're asking how it's possible to, sometimes in satsang you feel like you have entered a space, or the space is present inwardly, which is very peaceful, completely natural. You maybe don't feel any sense of identity, then that's already a beautiful space. When identity is gone. Before it's gone, we are worried, like, whoa, I might lose it. But when it's gone, you don't want it back. That's the thing, you see. So they want to know how to stay in that same space as when they are close with me at the time. What makes the difference other than your presence? I point out also that you are the witness of everything that is arising in your mind, everything that arises in life that is registering inside your consciousness like it is significant. Because most things that appear to us, they're only momentary, they come and go, they don't write themselves into consciousness. Because you have no interest in them. If you have no interest in something, it won't disturb you. You can only be disturbed by something that you have a relationship with, or you have some interest or something like this, then it will somehow, you will make a link with it or something. Everything that you are observing like that. The whole purpose of learning to observe, in the old way we're not observing, we're simply reacting and identifying with our reactions. No? Then in the what you may call spirituality, we're beginning to observe, but with a kind of detachment, to learn to look without identifying with reactions, so that even the reactions happen and you also observe them. Then you know that, but what I am is earlier than even the reactions that happen, or the thoughts that come, or the emotions that flare up, or the heat in the body, or all these changes. They are only momentary. They come up on the screen of consciousness somehow, and they come and go. That is the testimony of the observation. Then as soon as that is clear, that everything just seems to come and go, even the things that are seemingly precious, they also come and go from your attention. Let's put it like that. Then I would say, once that is clear, that you are the seer or the observer of all that arises for you, then my question I will ask you, can this observer also be observed? The observer is observing everything, even very subtle things. Sometimes there are subtle sensations that arise inside us that have no name. They're so subtle, they have no name. We don't know what to call them. They're so subtle. Yet, you are the witness of them. Everything. Some things are so subtle you cannot talk about them. Nobody would really understand or something. But still, there are some phenomena in your own consciousness, you see them. Now, you who witness this, can you yourself be witnessed? That which is witnessing all of these things, your life, your story, the world, the news, anything, the inner feelings, the outer movements of life, you who witness, or that which witnesses it, can that or you yourself be witnessed? Can you be witnessed? Then you have to stop right there, and you must go inside and find out, who are you, you see. You are the seer of everything. Can you be seen? In order to be seen, you must have some characteristics, some quality that you can say, okay, yes, that is John. No, that's not John. This one is George. You must have something to discern one from another. So, you who are seeing all these things, can you yourself be seen? Then I want you to look. What do you find? What do you find? This is not merely an answer that you will get. An answer is also just another phenomenon, just another concept. And that concept itself is observed. That which observes this also, can that be observed? That is experience. That is a discovery. That is insight. But something inside pulls away from discovering this. It's like, well, freaky, I don't want to go there. But if that reaction comes, that also is seen. Still you're not that. So if you follow this thing, even now you can do it, to look. That which sees all, can that itself be seen? What does it look like? You are in the position of that seer. Can you be seen? Experience, if you are an object also, Everything you see effectively is like an object. Even thought becomes a kind of object. It is perceived, it is different from another thought. But that in whom thought appears and disappears, can that be identified, that which you call yourself? Then you are going to discover something, and I'll know if you discover it or not. Either you think it or you discover it. Come please.
So I have bloody history with authoritative figures, and you are a guru.
Carry on for a minute. Let me see how to take this one.
And I would like to ask you how all this attention you're getting, how do you not take it to feeling ego and like bigger and pretentious and vanity? How do
I? Because attention for me is nothing at all. The attention is for you, not for me. You understand? If you give attention to what I'm speaking, it is for your benefit, not my benefit. It's just my joy, not my benefit. What am I going to do with your attention? Many people give me attention to disturb me, actually. Okay? So what are you going to do with your attention? Because if you ask me something, speaking, okay, you follow, okay, what is he pointing to? You know, he's pointing to something. I'm not saying, look, I'm pointing to something here, can you see it? Look at me. No, I'm saying, look at you. You're already spending enough time looking at everything else. So for once, look at your own self, what you're going to find. You have to look at you. Everybody's looking at other. Now you look at you. And forget all about me. What do you find, I want to know. Not what you find in me, what you find in you. My question, I don't want to lose the question because it's much more important than this question. My question is, you are that which is looking, you're looking at everything, including at me for the moment. In your eyes, you're looking at me. And my thought and your thought, all this you can see. But the seer of it, that which is seeing, I'm asking, can that itself be seen? Can it be recognized? This is the most important question I think a human being is going to ask. Not what I'm going to do with all this attention. All this attention is making me sick. Actually. You know? Maybe you don't know that yet. That's why I want to make use of it quick so I can stop being sick. If you realize with your proper attention what I'm pointing at, then I will stop feeling sick.
I wonder how come it happens that you're sick from this.
Why I'm sick from this? I am not sick, but the body is not well.
Because of all the attention you're getting.
Not just the attention, but when people are in deep psychological processes and their attention is fixed towards you, and if I have love in my heart, then something sometimes takes your crap.
Yes.
You understand? And just it happens like that. So I'll be very happy if you get it, and then you don't give me any more attention.
I have another question.
Okay.
May I ask?
Okay.
So, I have a question of transformation. I have deeper things inside me, like a devil, you said. Things that I am so afraid even to see that I repress them. And I have a question about transformation. How do I transform this? And I have a belief that it only comes through love. Like I dispel the devil if I love him. If I just love, then all these fears and hate and things like that will automatically be removed.
You have tried it, no?
I've tried some of it.
So how is it so far, based on what you've tried?
Yeah, it's sometimes I get lost in it.
Yes.
It is. I feel now it's more. The burning question was the one I gave, and this is more a philosophical question for me now.
Which one? Oh, the second one is philosophical?
Yes.
I thought the first one was philosophical.
No, it was very burning just now.
That's
Very present.
So we cancel the second one? All right.
Yeah, I still love to get answers,
I feel the second one is also very important.
Yeah.
If you say the first one is important, I say the second one is also important, no?
Yeah.
Because you say, should you just love? Is love will take? It's a very poetic way of saying, I mean, if I stop hating and judging and so on, and really open my heart up to loving, it's a much more positive attitude, and it will bear good fruits also. But it will not be enough to free you. You must have understanding also. Understanding is also love. But I want an understanding of what is happening and why that happens. You see? And because much of what we suffer from and all of this, you may say, maybe I have a long history of this painful thing and suppressing and so on. But if you know who you are, if you're discovering who you are, you realize that a lot of the stuff you're suppressing or whatever it is, that also it is illusory also, much of it. That it only draws strength from your belief as well. Yes. But you really begin to understand that with real power, with real, not just mentally. It will begin to somehow, because you use the word transform, in understanding, real understanding, will create some transformation, some change, some shift in perspective in the way that you look and feel in life. It will do that automatically. You don't have to do so much. We all think we have to do so much, but actually you don't have to do so much. Just you have to understand what it is, what is your nature, understand it in the heart, follow through with it. It will take a while for your newfound understanding to stabilize, because the mind will keep coming up and challenge what you think you know or what you think you have. And it doesn't mean that although you may have an understanding, it doesn't immediately wipe away your ego. Ego is still there for a while, but gradually it burns away and becomes something quite soft and flexible. Then one day you will look for it and not be able to find any way in which you can somehow register the sense of an ego or something. Yes.
You pray for that?
Praying is good. Following my advice is also good.
Yeah.
Like actually following it, not just praying is good. Praying is good. If you have faith in God, you pray, and you may ask, please rid me of my ego and merge my mind in you. This is good prayer. Don't ask God, help me to do this, help me to do that. This is not the best one. It's okay.
Childish a bit.
No, childlike is good also. Sometimes simple. Yeah, it don't have to be a professional prayer. You can simply ask also, please help me to be a bit more clear and whatever, But what I'm saying, because sometimes people pray and they try to impress God. Lord, no, you don't have to do that, of course. You can just say, I'm confused and I really would like to be more clear, and I turn my face towards you because somebody said I should, and I think it's a good idea. So, is there something you want to say about that? You can talk like that. You don't have to talk in correct English or nothing. Some people's prayer, they just that's mighty prayer. God knows what you mean in that.
So sorry, you said I should go after your advice, and I didn't.
No, if it satisfies you, if it feels,
hear that
if it resonates with you, you can begin to follow the advice. Because always I'm looking for opportunity to point you to something. Say, try this and see what happens, and then
so
you
what is
try.
the advice?
I'm not good at repeating. To pay attention a bit, you know.
I'm sorry. It's okay, you don't need to repeat.
No, I'm trying to think of a new one now. Trying to renew advice now. That's why I have to pay attention, you see. If any advice can be offered, it would be to follow through, to look and to observe that everything, all your concerns, the sense of who you are, all of this, we learnt, and it comes in your mind and goes, comes and goes. If you can be clear about that, you can observe deliberately for a while to see, but wait a minute, this thought and is saying this thing and so on. But I'm trying to work it out, and then next thing another thought comes. And it seems like they're random. They just come. Is that significant? A thought arising in consciousness, does that mean that it is significant? No. Just if you pick up on it, something catches your mind, you start to think about it, then it seems like it becomes something. And if you have a very deep identity with it, you believe it and you believe it into existence, and then somehow it becomes a part of the dynamics of your life. It can be like that. If you understand these things, you are well ahead. Then you don't trouble yourself about so much. You will not trouble yourself. If you see that all this is coming and going, and there is a point from which all of them are witnessed, someplace here is a witness of it, witnessing all of this, witnessing also the thoughts that arise up here, witnessing the movements that arise here, and the movement that's arise over there, and the feelings in the body. It witnesses everything. But that which is witnessing everything, can that also be witnessed? Just find out. And it's not that you're going to step away with an answer, no. But a revelation will come if you follow properly. Some light will come inside you, some space will come inside you, some great peace will arise inside you. Just keep following and confirming what I'm seeing. Am I an object? Am I this? Is this what I am? Is this what I am? Because if this is what I am, it's going to be an end for me. Okay? And for you. If this is what you are, there's going to be an end for you. You'll have a birthday and you'll have a death day. If this is what you are. But there's something in this that doesn't have a birthday and doesn't have a death day. And there's sufficient intelligence inside to find out what that is. If it is different from you intimately, your intimate sense of being, is it different from that? If you're living life only as personality, then you're not really living, you're suffering your life actually. You're living on promises. But if you're living consciously, aware, wait a minute, looking, and there's a joy in being conscious of yourself. Not the psychological self-consciousness that makes us feel shy and inhibited, not that. That also will be observed. But a deeper space that is not someone's son or someone's daughter. You're not a husband or a wife. You're not a doctor or an astronaut. You know, or none of those things. It has no labels. And it's the only thing that is consistently here. Everything else is only thought coming and going. Traffic. Like that. When you're clear about that, a lot of things will become clear for you spontaneously. A lot of things will become clear and light also for you. Satsang itself is also helping to remove all this noise, all this static, all this noise that you carry around, this noise. Because I'm pointing you always back to that place, to the origin in you. To the origin, you see. The stories, I don't want to hear enough stories, my God. Not even my own, I don't want to hear it. I want to find that place that was before all stories. That's before gender, before belief, before religion, before spirituality. It's here, it's here. In its presence, all these pictures of the universe happens. But it doesn't happen. It just is. This I'd like you to find out. If you find this out, oh, well done. You don't have to study anything else. You don't have to be studying any kind of discipline, no mantras you have to do. Not that mantras are bad, they're beautiful also. But you will have transcended what they can offer. No pilgrimage you have to do. But pilgrimage is fine. You can also beautiful go on a pilgrim. But it will bring you to that which is before all of these. And that is here now also. This is the power of this satsang. I'm not giving you homework. I'm trying to point you, if you are able, if you're ready, if you're ready also, to see from this place, a place which has no maps inside your own being. That is undressing the Buddha in your own self, if you can see it. It may take time, of course. You may have to come over and over again and sit and be immersed in the energy field of satsang. Because you will not taste this support, this spiritual support, in the pubs, on the football field, in the marketplace. They're fine, but they will not help you to turn your attention to this. So it's good to put some time aside, to be in satsang a bit, to be reminded of this, to take your breath in this. You see? Then after this you can go anywhere. One day you'll be able to go into hell itself. Shake hands with Mr. Devil himself. And not come out smoldering. You'll not be afraid. Also, it's important to know what questions to ask. What questions are the questions that will help me to find freedom quickly? Otherwise, you ask all the wrong questions. You're wasting time asking silly questions. What questions can I ask that the answers will help me to come home to my own self? This is a good question. See? Very good, thank you.
Yeah, may you be healthy. May you be healthy. Your body.
Body, yes, thank you so much. That's good.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Come.
I've been trying to follow your pointing.
Yes.
And maybe I can confirm it or somehow disappear in it. And so I cannot find the seer.
You cannot find the seer.
I cannot see the seer.
Okay.
there's only seeing.
Okay. You're following? You can hear? He said, I've been looking, I can't find this seer. There's only seeing. But I can't find an entity who is seeing. I only can see seeing. Okay.
And all things take place in this.
Everything is taking place in that. Okay.
And I don't know what to say more.
Yeah. Who are you in this? Who are you in this? What is your position? Where are you standing? Where are you looking from? In order to look for the seer, where are you looking from? And with what identity are you looking, even? Who are you? And who says I cannot see the seer?
There is. There's nobody saying it, really.
This is very good. Only when you've actually done it are you able to say, actually, there's nobody there. And this discovery, is it a disappointing discovery?
No.
No. This discovery cannot hurt. Who would be hurt? You see? Who would be hurt? So, only then. But before, when you speculate, if I'm to look and then find I am not, I don't think I like this type of thing. I don't want to look and my very looking cancels me out. You see? But when you've actually done it, the experience is, So, what problem can you have?
I can't have any problem.
You can't have any problem. They will come, but they'll become superficial for you. They will not have they won't have the potency as when you have identity, when you believe I'm just flesh and blood, I'm just this person, and I don't know what's happened to me, I'm having trouble with my sister, I'm having trouble with my mother or something. This is an identity. And almost all problems are to do with identity. Have you considered this? Almost all problems we have is to do with identity, of who you think you are and how you think you should be treated and who you think the next person is. This is a problem-making factory. But as you discover, but wait a minute, here actually, there's nobody here. And yet at the same time, I am here. There's nobody here, but I am here. Somebody said, well, who are you? Well, nobody, actually. Mr. Nobody. And if you follow through with your own introspection, your own inquiry into this, see for yourself. Stop speculating and discover. Have the courage to discover. Because this discovery actually is going to put a lot of things right for you. Many things sometimes you find you're trying to figure out in life and you just cannot get to it. But recognizing from the place where you're not required to be a specific anybody, then you're in your fullness again. You can occupy the infinite again. Because a person cannot be infinite. These are words for the moment. If I ask you what the infinite is, you cannot say. You have to use concepts. But when you discover inside, but where's my boundary? Where's the edge? Can I come to the edge of my own self, beyond which there is nothing? And look and see. Start trusting in your own insight, in your own seeing, not second-hand concepts. And there is not a lot you need to know. If truth is what you're searching for, there is not a lot that you need to know. Just a few things. To understand a few things, everything becomes clear for you. You don't have to have knowledge for what you need to do next month. You don't need any knowledge like that. That's complete hoax. You don't need any knowledge to know what you're going to do tomorrow. You don't need any knowledge at all to do that. If the thing is right for you, when tomorrow comes, whatever that is, you will see that things work out fine. We waste a lot of time being anxious for nothing. Anxious about your own projections, not about truth. Discovering the truth, all obsessions such as yesterdays and tomorrows, they become redundant for you. They have no deep meaning for you. Then you don't have the feeling, I am living life. You know, I am life. You are life itself. There's nobody living life. You are life. And you are also the weakness of life. You are not managing existence. Simply it is unfolding. And in this body you have the sense of being a participant, casually. Sometimes a bit of effort is required, and then behind even this play with this body, there's a seeing which is not doing anything at all. That seeing is here now also. When you are in direct understanding of this, you will not think much. There will not be a need for thought. We overindulge the thinking mind. You don't need to think so much. Life is not about thinking and figuring things out. You are life itself. Figuring out life is a useless concept. If it is your karma, your destiny, to function as one who is researching certain aspects of life, then it is consciousness playing through this form. If you are one who is imagining you should be figuring out life, it is still consciousness playing through this form. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, dear Mooji, at Satsangs in Kiev, I could easily be in the space of neutrality. I didn't force or hurry or quickly step back into this space when irritations arose. Today, it seems that my mind took out all its arsenal and heaviest armory to defend kingdoms we created. I feel strong aggression, deepest criticism. I feel fever and desire to take off my skin. People around me make me angry, even with the wish to express it physically sometimes. I can't stand their laugh. spiritual masks, the way they take your attention from others for their own benefit. I know I created this mind monster. It seems all the worst is coming up now. I know I am not that. I love to care about people. I know that hating this side of me won't help. I am trying to say it doesn't matter to me, but it doesn't work for now. I hope it's just a... For now, I hope it's just a phase and it will go soon. Should I meet this call of mind with peace and acceptance? Dear Mooji, please support. I cannot afford missing this opportunity. Allah. This phase. As soon as one's consciousness is opening up, all this volcanic stuff is coming, good and bad. One time you're an angel, next minute you're the devil himself. All these things are coming. So therefore I say to people, do not be in a hurry to form conclusions about anything that you are experiencing. It is not stable. It is just a kind of spring cleaning. Something is washing you out. You see? And because in a sense what is taking place is a kind of changing over of power from manual to automatic. Manual means the life you live from your head. That is changing to something much more intuitive, to a wiser existence, you see. Then lots of resistance is going to come. A lot of fears are going to come. I'm going to become something that is, so many nonsense. Also, judgments against other people, comparisons. I am more quiet than you. All this type of stuff. And it's going on. And if you are able to be aware of this tendency, but don't identify, don't become involved in it. It's not easy in those moments, but try and be one with the unmixed seer. Then those little attacks, they will just thin away. And each time you hold your ground as the undivided seer, they keep going away. And like this, their energy become very, very thin. After a while, you will not mention them anymore because they won't be significant for you. And one of the greatest victories over the psychological mind is when it becomes insignificant for you. Because anything that is insignificant for you is as good as non-existent. This is what is happening, you see. Should I meet this call of mind with peace and acceptance? Should you meet all this stuff with peace and acceptance? Meet it with the peace and acceptance of your own heart. See that, okay, it's playing like this for now, but I don't have to work it out. It's working itself out. It's working itself out. This is beautiful attitude. Because normally we panic and think, oh my God, psychotherapy. No, you don't need any of this stuff. Just something has called you. Trust that voice. Trust that voice. Say yes. Yes to what is real, whatever shape it looks like. What is true, whatever shape it looks like. Say yes to that. Yes, please come.
When you were saying that don't identify with that, I hear you saying it a lot, but lately I can't really understand how I don't identify with the things that...
Okay. If you're holding on to identity itself, If you see, the egoic mind cannot attack you. It cannot attack the self, the pure being. There's no competition, there's no match for that. It cannot intimidate the pure being. It can only intimidate the idea you're having of who you are.
So
you see?
When something is happening and I'm, for example, very irritated with something.
Yeah.
It's just playing like that.
Yeah.
When I'm not identifying, I'm not that thing that is irritating.
Yes.
Or
another way, there are options here. There's space. There's space in it. It feels like no space is there, but there's space there. Some irritation is coming up. Sometimes it's okay. The irritation is okay. You'll be irritated. Sometimes it's justified irritation. Sometimes it's justifiable anger. And if you're not angry when you should be angry, you're not going to be ill. Sometimes it's righteous anger is coming. You see? So when it's time for anger to be expressed, don't try to be nice. Okay, it's okay. No. The anger is coming. Okay. Get it off. Okay? You see? You don't have to pretend, or you don't have to be so good. Nobody needs to be so good. Be true. And be wise in it. Because sometimes, of course, routine anger is not good. But occasional anger it has to come. Walk around the street. Look about. You have to be angry about something. You're going to be angry about something. You see? If you you see? It's justified. You're going to feel something. But you don't have to identify so deeply. You can see that, but it's okay. It's life. It's part of that, There's a space inside which is not participating in that anger also. You see? You can be aware of that. Huh?
It's not judging.
It's not judging. But even if some judgment comes as a reaction, there's an awareness that, where that comes from. It comes from conditioning or from identity somehow. But you stay in that neutral place as much as possible. Not because you're afraid of feelings, but just because it's a wiser place to be. You see? It's not, you're afraid to participate. Because if you're not being true, something will speak to you like, wow, that was not being true there. You see? So it's not about not being a bit upset sometimes, because being upset is okay sometimes. If you don't identify with it, then you give space to it, and somehow it seems pure. It cannot only be always nice, always nice. Something is wrong with always being nice, If you are just a nice person and you see things that way, it's fine. But sometimes you don't. And then that moment you say, look, man, I'm sorry, but, I don't want to shake your hand right now because I don't agree with what you did just now, So don't come shake my hand. Understand? You feel space inside you again, because you shake that hand, you're feeling dirty inside, because I didn't want to shake your hand. Right now your hand is dirty for me. Understand? And you say, but that's helpful. I said, because you did something very, very painful to someone else, and you're shaking my hand like I'm on your side. You see, that is, you can be irritated about something. Then you leave it. Then it's healed, because you are truthful in that moment. You see? But if you feel that routinely you're getting into a habit of angry and people, then you have to come to Satsang, Say, look, Mooji, what's happening? I'm just angry with everybody, and I'm angry with you. And you say, okay, well, slow down a minute. Let's have a look. And you bring again. Everything is fine when you can bring the attention back again to the place which you truly are, which is without anger, actually. It's a place of perfect neutrality, beyond the concept of neutrality. It's just, you come back to emptiness. Or you make the inquiry, which takes the heat out also of the experience. You can look and say, okay, fine, this anger is there about this thing, and it's just in my veins. It's the anger is in my cells, But who is suffering it? Or who's that? Who's the victim here? Who's suffering? And really try and hold the question to, like a light, to find out who is suffering this. Who is suffering this? And don't change this question for another question. Stay with him, you see, and be quiet. Don't keep scratching your head. Just be quiet and look and see if you can identify that which is suffering, and something is going to happen. Something is going to happen. A kind of clarity is going to come. A depressurizing is going to come, or you're going to vomit up something or whatever. Something is going to come. It cannot stay like that. And behind this, there will be greater space and more peace will be there. But identity is at the root of all these interactions. Identity is there. Something is happening to me. Why should this happen to me? I've tried this before. This is not working. And there's a voice there that is speaking in your name. You have to identify if this is your true self or not speaking. Is there something what?
No, I guess it's your answer is covering all. Because it was there have been lots of kind of, I don't know, it's obsessive, but it's very strong thinking about some things, and that has been I don't think it's natural. I think it's maybe that you were talking about previously, reading that letter. Maybe some energy is going to take me away from the...
You have to really come home properly. Don't come out to the front gate. Don't come home and stay at the front gate. Come in. Come in. Because there are forces calling you out to play. You know? And to divide your attention and to, say, hey, come on, remember you said this, and, let's take a look together, and wow, remember this? And say, well, yeah. And you get pulled into this type of fragmentation of your energies,
And I can see that it might, it's like something is, there's an intelligence recognizing that it's that.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's going.
In spite of knowing it's not true, the energy is still playing on and stuff like this.
Yeah.
Then, as I say, you continue disidentifying with that, somehow. It's not enough to know that it's not true. You be the true. You understand? It's not enough to know that, oh, that's not true. That's not, I know what the truth is. That's not good enough. You must be the truth. You are the truth. When you are the truth, the lie cannot stand. There's no power. But when you say, like, I understand, I know who I am, I know all of this is not true, it's not enough. You are the truth. Or if you want to not use the word true, you are the self. You are the center of it, of this. You see, you are the untouched space. You must come to that seeing, confirmed in it. This is good. Thank you, darling. Let's see if I can read one of these ones. What is this? Yeah, it's okay. They're gonna fly. There's Mooji. First time I understood the meaning, will you let everything burn in the fire? Okay. In spite of all the fears arising, emotional turmoil, your words have been ringing in my ears. No matter what happened, do not panic. We were just talking about that just now. With your strength and my deepest yearning for truth, I now know nothing wrong can happen to me. All the resistance is gone. I rest in the heart of the being. That is where you placed me. Actually, you are making me drop the falsehood faster than all those years of practicing spirituality. Very good. Please, Mooji, take me home all the way. How does one repay the Master? Please merge into your ocean. I love you very deeply, Shanta. It's a nice letter. I'm reminded of a story that a certain disciple was studying with a master somehow, and after many years, suddenly the light of clarity came. And the first day passed, he didn't do anything at all. He said, no, I've just got to, I am here. And the second day come, it became very, very clear that whatever fluctuates is okay, it's just some phenomenon, not what I am. Then he presented himself at the feet of his master. Master, by your grace, you have put up with me, all of my nonsense for so long. You've not abandoned me. By your grace, I've come to really to this perfect understanding that you speak about. Sir, how can I repay you for that? So the master said, well, I don't know anything about repayment and stuff like that, but if I can think of something, I would say to you, don't fall back into delusion. That would be good payment. Don't fall back into delusion. The seeing will come, but when it comes, don't go and squander it out in the marketplace. Sit quietly. Sometimes I'm saying to people, when some powerful insight come, say go home and get into your sleeping bag and zip yourself in including your head, put it in there, and keep on contemplating this thing. Just be in this oneness. Contemplate there, Just be over and over again. Don't talk to anybody. Don't send no emails to your best friend to tell them that you wake up or nothing like that. Just you keep quiet. Don't go out if you can. And if you can go to the corner shop and buy some cheese and milk and make yourself some tea, you don't have to go out. Don't see anybody for a while. Just marinate in yourself. You marinate in yourself. Incubate your consciousness in itself. That would be the very best thing. Then you come to see that somehow the life is just expressing through this body. You are here also, but you're not busy. You're never busy. And you're never ever going to be busy. I asked someone one time, who is looking out from behind those eyes? Who is looking out? And the man said, conditioning is looking out. I was very pleased, very insightful. Conditioning is looking out. I said, okay. But what is looking at conditioning looking out? It was very quiet there. What is looking at the conditioning looking out? A deeper seeing is there. And this one has no name. Dear Mooji, what is attention? Attention is one of our most powerful powers. Attention, belief, and the power to identify. These are powers, root powers. Because wherever attention goes and touches, it is being registered as experience. When attention goes to any object, actually with identity in it, that is called inattention or lack of true attention. There's a saying that when attention pays attention to attention, that is attention. You see? What it means, that when attention is simply resting only inside its own self, That doesn't mean that the senses are shut down. They're not shut down, they're functioning. But the mind is not shopping through the senses, you see. Then the mind becomes peaceful, the senses are peaceful, everything is peaceful. And the work gets done, but nobody knows who does it. What time it says? Is 7:53? It cannot be, you know.
Oh no. 6.
Huh?
Ukraine time.
Oh, what time is it?
5 to 6.
Okay. What is a deep sleep? Why do you mention it? How can it be helpful for the I amness? What is deep sleep? Deep sleep is a great, great sign and a great gift to all the beings. All the beings, they have to sleep. All the beings have to sleep. Everything that is somehow a living being, they have to get some sleep. And why do we have to sleep? To take a break from manifestation. That's why we have to sleep. We have to have a rest from perceiving. When we are perceiving with identity, it's very tiring. We burn a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy to be a person. It takes no energy to be the self. Understand? It takes a lot of energy to be a person. It takes no energy to be your true self. So, sleep has to come. And when sleep comes, it removes everything. Beautiful sleep. Beautiful sleep. I gave the example, you could have a child today, have a baby just today. But in the night when sleep comes, you will not be a mother. And there will be no baby. You get married this morning, honeymoon tonight, sleep comes. You're not a wife, nor are you a husband. Both will vanish. There's no I, no you, no other, no world, no tomorrow, no time, no yesterday, no God, no belief, no religion, no politics, no world. And every night we enter this beautiful state. We spend good money to buy the very best bed. A sensible person does that. In order to forget about everything, including the bed. In sleep, there's equality, but there's no concept of equality. Whether you're a king or a beggar, a thief or a wise person, all are equal in the sleep. A time when everything is gone, including the consciousness through which duality can manifest. And yet there is something there, because we enjoy deep sleep also. Something. It's not that you buy a bed just to have no experience at all of anything at all, and you only know if you slept well by studying the sheets in the morning. Okay, I think I must have slept well. No, something enjoys the sleep. It enjoys the non-cognitive state. And that which was in deep sleep is also now here. It's just that the waking state arose in front of it, and energy goes to paying attention to the waking state. But the deep one is here. It is said that which sleeps while the world is awake, and that which is awake while the world is sleeping. Know that one. Any more? Anything useful here? No, this looks good. Mooji, I have to say, I feel angry at you. I do not blame you for it, but I would like to let you know I am here not because I felt a calling inside me, but because my son, after he came back from Portugal, where he met you, was not the same anymore. I wonder who it is. I see he feels a lot of love and gratitude towards you. I do not understand why I don't understand why him and all people here seem to think you are divine. As a parent, I feel I gave my son all I can, but I do not feel the same unconditional respect from him to me as he seems to feel towards you. I do not understand why people try so hard to find something instead of simply accepting what they have and living life the best they can. I am not looking for who I am, so please try to address my confusion in a way I can understand. Thank you. Jana or Sana? Jana? Please, if you cannot answer me during a satsang, email me at blah 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 blah. What does that say? Jana or Yana? Yana.
Yana.
Yana. I wonder who it is. Vivek. His father. Or maybe his father writing. He's not his mother or father is writing.
This name looks like some Slavic, like either Russian, Czech,
like
or
Russian.
Polish
Okay.
name.
Actually, so this may have come from the retreat we just had. As a parent, I feel I gave my son all I can, but I do not feel the same unconditional respect from him to me as he seems to feel towards you. I do not understand why people try so hard to find something instead of simply accepting what they have and living. But this person can't be happy, even son or no son. Because this is not their voice, this is their grandparents' voice speaking. You see? Why you can't be happy with what you have? You see? Why you have to go looking for something? This is what our you know? That's what they say all over the world. This voice is telling people, you know, why you don't be content, and some urge is inside you that's put your life on fire. Some other power is stepping in your shoes and moving about. It's going to take you to some place, because your life is destined to go someplace, to find out something. Whatever country you're going to go, it is already written where you are going to go, who you're going to meet. You see? Something is there like that. And you try and stop it, you can't stop it. Because it is written in the book of life, you're going to do this thing. Of course, there are some people who it seems feel, well, I don't think it's right you should go off looking, for something that you don't even know what it is. That is some old person. The one before, who didn't find anything, is passing down these chains. Instead of simply accepting what they have and living life the best way they can. Okay, yes. I'm not looking for who I am. But you don't know who you are. You're not looking for it. That's okay. So I hope you get to watch this. You see? Because your son is searching for something that you didn't find, and your own parents didn't find, and before them they didn't find, but he's breaking this bad luck. He's searching for something none of you found, something which is truly free, and when he's free, his family is going to benefit, his town is going to benefit, his city is going to benefit, his country is going to benefit, the whole world is going to benefit, even if he doesn't leave home. Because there are some beings, they realize themselves, they never go anywhere, they live under a tree all their life, but the whole world is benefiting them. Just like right now, we are taking in the oxygen coming from these trees, but nobody goes and say, thank you, Mr. Tree, for the oxygen. There are beings whose energy somehow is contributing to the peaceful vibration of this planet, but nobody knows them. They even throw stones at them. Then you say, as a parent, I feel I gave my son all I can, but I do not feel the same unconditional respect from him. But do you have unconditional respect for him? Even? You see, to provide for somebody is not enough. Sometimes you have to set them free, run them out, go and find out something. Because I walked around this planet, I didn't find it. So better you have more strength, you go look for it. And when you find it, you bring it back here, let me have some of it. Would you say that would be more sensible? He doesn't feel the same unconditional respect from him to me as he seems to feel towards you, because I would not let him go to sleep. I would not let him go to sleep. In fact, actually, I think I know who it is, no? Because this one, he also traveled. Where is he from? Greece? Yeah, where is he from? From Russia. Okay. And I gave him the name Viveka, which means discrimination. And it is funny, because there's a great saint from India who was a devotee of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. And this devotee's name was Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda. And I gave this one the name Viveka, which means to discriminate between what is true and what is untrue. You see? It's a good name for him, isn't it? When you hear the letter now. Isn't it? And I'll tell you, if you go and look for the photograph of Swami Vivekananda and look at the photo of this young man, it's like a reincarnation of Swami Vivekananda. Amazing. I tell you. I have been listening to your Satsang for over a year now, and they have helped me tremendously. I think we made this the last letter. I know I have been on this spiritual journey for years now, but in the last 3 years, I have lost my $80,000 a year career job through layoff. Oh my God, this doesn't sound good. You're going to blame me for this now. I had to sell my Jaguar. Or the car. Because it's too big. I had to sell my Jaguar because my husband could not afford to take on all the financial responsibilities alone. I cannot find another job, and now 3 years later, I don't have a job. I don't care about doing anything. I feel lazy. I don't prescribe. Unfocused and have no idea where I am going. But I know that the I am is changing. I am becoming this new something. But I have no idea what it is. I have no interest. Up until a couple of months ago, I was afraid of losing my husband, but I don't even concern myself with that anymore. I don't have a dime in my wallet. It used to unnerve me, but not anymore. This all of this normal is a question. Oh, is all of this normal maybe? What is the result of all of this? Can you help me to understand? Namaste, Teresa. Maybe one time you're rich in the world, and then God took all your wealth and is going to make you rich in God. Rich in the truth or something. And then sometimes surprisingly, also you can maybe have all this again, maybe. Who can know? But if this was in the way, that Jaguar and 80,000, when you have 80,000 a year, you don't need God. They say, I saw in America one program in, I don't remember, Hollywood or some place. Is Hollywood by the sea though?
Yes, yes.
Yeah? And they had a place there, and it had on the outside the house, it had a big poster, and it said, if God had money, he would live here. It's very cheeky, no? Now you will only write something like that when you have a few dollars in your pocket. Then you say things like that, is it? Yeah. So sometimes you have to lose your $80,000 a year job to find the billionaire inside you, the multi-billionaire inside your own heart. All the cares. I know this letter, it feels an intimacy for me, because also one time I didn't have this type of thing, of course, but everything was going. Everything was going. I had a nice house, I had a nice Volkswagen, not a Jaguar, and all these things. And then somehow it came, this moment, that I started to give all this thing up. It was right. In fact, it was helped. It was an assisted surrender, no? Because I returned to college where I was teaching, and the head of the department called me inside the office, and she says, you need to go on this course 3 times each week out in the country, because I was never trained as a teacher, and it was part of my obligation, I guess, to go 3 times each week in the country. And I said, no, I'm not going. She says, but you have to go. It's part of your commitment to your contract and so on. I said, I resign. Just like this, spontaneously. I give up work. She said, are you crazy? What are you saying? You cannot just give up work. What are you talking? Teachers don't give up work. They die on the job. So I said, no. But as soon the words just came out of my mouth. I didn't plan them at all. I'm finished with this. But as soon as they came, I couldn't put them back in. They came out. And she says, oh, really, you need to go home and think about this and talk to me tomorrow. But I didn't have anything to think about. Somehow as the words came out, I felt immediately free. Immediately free. I saw so exhilarating freedom. Then the next day I came, I said, yeah, it's true, I'm not coming back. And then the hardest thing I had to do, because you're working for the government and everything, you cannot just quit. So I had to work the whole term. Hardest thing I ever do. And at the end of it, I was free as a bird. So I know, you lose this, you lose that, you lose everything. One girl came to the house, and she said, I said, how are you doing? Like this. She said, Mooji, today I lost my apartment, I lost my boyfriend, I lost my iPhone, I lost, I don't remember what else she lost, her wallet. She lost everything. I lost everything. And I feel great. I feel great. I know this one. I feel great. Sometimes you have to kind of lose the things that feel the most valuable, but only when the time is right somehow, because there's a consciousness is behind even this sense of loss. Then when you don't have anything outside to rely on, then you discover something inside. You see? It is a kind of shedding of things. For some people, if it's not time for you, you cannot do this. There was once a man who was a very shrewd businessman, very, very fast businessman, loved money. It is said that on his deathbed, he sold his watch to his best friend and made a good profit. So that is some tremendous attachment. You're dying, you're going. But you get excited. He sold his watch. Then he could have given it, like, well, I give you. But he sold it and made profit on top of it, out of his best friend. Drip, drip, drip. So this is not going to happen to this person. You see, it's very good. Thank you for your attention and presence and everything. Om Shri Satguru Ramana ki Jai. Papaji ki Jai. Namah Shivaya. You want to play something with you? Who is going to do something? I don't know. You had something? I saw you got your machine. Yes or no? Saraswati Om. Gopala Hare, Shri Krishna Hare, Ananda Govinda, Ananda Gopala Hare, Shri Krishna Hare. Shiva Om, Ananda Saraswati Om, Hare, Shri Krishna Hare, Ananda Shiva Om, Shiva Om, Ananda Saraswati Om, Hare, Shri Krishna Hare. Ananda have some announcement. Okay. Ciao.
Hi again. Can you hear me this time? Yeah. Yeah, okay. As usual, we'll serve tea and biscuits just up here. There's also a donation box on the tea table, and all your donations we're very thankful for your generosity. Please don't engage in any social interaction. The shop is open down here, down past the main road, down along the main road and through the wooden gates. It's the Sangha shop. Well worth having a look there. There are still some places available at Zima at the silent retreat that's happening here in Portugal from the 13th to the 21st of September. It's an 8-day silent retreat. For information about all future satsangs, you can check our website. Thank you.